tall and gangly and shit. It was super weird looking. And I was seeing this woman, and her best friend was dating this dude, and the dude worked at the Source. And I was, soon as I heard that, yo, can you get me a job? Like,
how old you said you was?
I forget. I wasn't old enough to be working there.
Gotcha.
But no, you couldn't tell that. Again, I had.
Oh, you had gray hair already.
I got jokes.
That's what he said.
No, he's right.
Oh, you seriously had grays?
I had grays at 12.
No, I know, but grays like this is different.
No, well, these I got more now, but I've had grays since I was like 12.
Yeah, that's different.
I premature grade.
My boy was lucky. No, I got grays in my head too.
I premature grade. My father premature grade. My mother don't have no gray hair, and that's why you got this wild shit happening. Like 1 minute it looks normal, the next minute it's like, yo, what you doing? Anyway, he was working there. I begged him to like just get me an in. I don't know what I need to do, but like he was like, nah, they got internships. It's cool. I got you. Put my resume in. Wasn't nothing on there that said
anything
literature. Nothing. There was no hip hop to put on my resume. I was a kid. I was working at a deli. I was working at Key Food. Ain't no experience.
About 17, probably at this time, 18. Man.
Closer to 16, probably.
Damn.
16, 17, something like that. I wasn't. Again, the job itself, the internship was for college students.
Right.
I was not a college student.
Right.
Like not at all. Like so 17, I was supposed to go, but anyway, I started interning. Shout out to Jay Mill. He gave me a shot. He didn't know how old I was. I fronted like I was a college student, like,
And this at the Source?
Yeah. Please let me in. His name was Jeremy Miller. And
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he gave me my first shot at anything. He took one look at my resume and was like, oh, well, this is supposed to be for college students. And I just kind of froze because I was hoping he wouldn't ask me that. I'm running down all the rap I know, all the hip hop I know, and I'm talking about this dude and that dude in this park and that park. I'm trying to tell him like I'm qualified to be here.
I'm from here. I'm from the culture.
Yeah, he took one look at my resume. I was like, oh, well, this is for college students. I don't see no college on here. And I can't fake that. I could have wrote it down, but what if he called the school? Now I'm popped for being a liar.
All right.
So I never even thought to fake the funk and put that on my resume.
Yeah.
He took a look. He was like, I won't hold that against you. And just put the resume down. I was like,
show love.
That was all it took. I was his assistant, and I was a circulation coordinator.
Where is he at today?
J-Mill, he's around.
Oh,
he left publishing alone completely.
Right.
But he does whatever he wants. Got his family. I keep in contact with him.
Gotcha.
And make sure he knows that I'm a product of his. I give him credit whenever my story comes up. I make it a point to remember that he didn't have to let me in the door at all.
Right.
That shit was literally for college students. I was too young to be a college student, and I was not in college.
So now you get your break. And now what were you doing there as an intern? What were your jobs? What were your responsibilities?
Magazines. My thing was to ship the magazines to different retail spots, all those newsstands you see around the city.
Right.
Make sure that everybody got their copies, subscriptions. If you had an issue with your subscription, you were supposed to call a line. You spoke to me. If you had a magazine and it didn't show up or it came toe up, if you called the phone, I was the person who picked up.
Yeah.
I made sure that all the editorial staff and marketing staff got their allotted copies so they could pass them out to the advertisers. So if you were, I don't know, Toyota, and you brought an ad,
right,
there was proof that your ad ran. So the marketing person who handled the Toyota account, they needed X amount of magazines.
To show the
Toyota.
Yeah.
I got to send this to Lexus. I got to send this to Mercedes.
Makes sense.
I need to send this to this clothing person. That, whatever the account was. So my job was to make sure they had everything they needed. And then subscriptions, and then like the brothers in prison, when their magazines would come back, I would like maybe take a couple pages out, the contraband pages, and resend them. So it was a heavy job, but that's not where I made my like impact. That was just working.
Right.
The impact came from going into the back issue closet where all the old magazines were. I took it upon myself after work to organize the entire closet. Just like from top to bottom, I put everything where it was supposed to be.
But from date or from name?
No, by date. You do it by date, by month and year.
Got you.
So I put everything where it was supposed to be, and it was a mess. The closet was just like piled up. Nobody had opened shit. Like the shelves were all mixed up.
Niggas just putting shit anywhere.
Just wherever, because they didn't go back there.
Right.
So I organized the whole thing, and then I came up with this idea. First, I raided the closet. So everything back there, I took one. I took one.
Yeah.
I took.
I'm leaving here with something.
They got
I'm leaving here with something.
magazines.
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something.
I got all of them. Like I'm missing like one or two out of the collection that are completely gone. Damn. But I got all of them. And then when the inventory of a magazine would get down to like the last 5, I would put them to the side and give them to Dave Mays. So now these are the last 5 in existence. You take them out of this closet so nothing happens to them. But where I really made like my own salary was I came up with an idea to sell off the old stock. I called it the back issue department. I set the prices for it. It's $5 for this, 10 for this, 15 for this, 20 for this, 25 for these. And after that, if they're down to the last 5, they're not for sale anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So setting that up, I went to J Mill about it. He saw it. He was like, it was one of those things where, I can't believe we weren't doing this. Nobody thought to do this.
Right.
It's right. It's one of those ideas so simple. You thought that everybody was already doing it. I almost didn't say anything because they probably got this covered. But when I saw nothing was happening, I just mentioned it. And he was like, well, okay, well, we just got to set the prices. And I handed him the list of everything, like how to sell it between this year and this year, this year and this year.
Got you. The rate from each year.
Right. The further back you go, the more expensive it gets.
Was.
And he, was so, I don't know what the word is. He was proud of me. Yeah. Yes. I guess. Yes.
Proud and impressed.
He put me in charge of that specific thing. He created an ad. We ran it in a magazine. Phones lit up. Emails lit up.
Because who don't want to see an old Foxy Brown magazine or old Lil Kim on front of that mag? Who doesn't want to see
Remember the cover with both of them on it at the same time?
That's what I'm saying.
That one, Mary J. Blige sitting in the ice
That had to be like $18, $20.
Those were, if I'm not mistaken, then those were $20. Tupac.
Yeah, come on.
Both Tupac covers. The one where he died.
Niggas will buy that now.
Yeah.
Niggas spend $100 on that though now.
Like the pop covers, the Bone Thugs and Harmony specialty cover, one on each cover.
Biggie.
The Biggie cover, like he had a couple. Definitely one where he died, and then the one where he was on there with the Twin Towers. But like those covers,
the one with the Twin Towers. I forgot
those covers sold crazy. Redman specialty cover with the tissue in his nose, and then another one without the tissue in his nose, and just
was that 95 Muddy Waters.
Don't ask me. No, I think it was before.
Oh
no, bro! I ain't even gonna get into that bet. You know how many magazines are in my head, bro? You expect me to
like crazy?
Look down.
I know you a hip hop historian, so
yeah, I can tell you what was in it, but telling you when it happened.
Yeah.
So take us to the transition when you start working with the actual artist.
That was before.
Oh shit! It's all good.
Cut.
No, it's all good, bro. We gonna keep this. This is gonna be a blooper.
Not my boy.
He said this gonna be a blooper.
Yeah,
Patreon, y'all see him? The water got him lit.
The water
off water. Nasty
Luckily,
work.
you got the bottle right here. You don't need the ice.
Nasty work.
Her name, you could use his cup now. You could throw his cup away and get some drink.
Good thing the couch has got Scotch guard.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get a couple more.
No, you need all them shits. Man, pour this shit out in the sink. Don't
not a
throw
savage.
The
Yeah.
floor.
No, I'm talking about what was on the couch.
Last one.
And just clean the cup out. And I know you want some alcohol, huh? Yeah, he gonna pass it down. All right. You want some now?
No, I'm straight.
You start where we at. You know where we at, right?
Working with artists.
Where did it start for you? Yeah.
Well, okay. So I transitioned into writing from just being an intern. I transitioned into writing. Again, shout out to J Mill.
It was only hip hop though when you were writing, or was like singing as well? Or was it all genres?
The source birthed my writing career. So hip hop and R&B was what I was writing about.
Right,
you start off with the music rating system.
Got you.
Right? That's the first thing. Any writer who comes through, I give you an album. You give them an album to rate. My first one was Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs, Roxbury, and then the zip code of Roxbury. It's supposed to be like Beverly Hills 90210. But it was like Roxbury, whatever. And I rated that album. J Mill critiqued my writing.
I don't mean to cut you off because the only reason I asked you that is I know each section of the magazine is usually only one person that does this. So like, yo, this guy does hip hop. This guy does.
Nah.
That's why I was asking.
That's not how it goes. You have a bunch of different writers.
Got you.
And especially under hip hop, like you talking about 3 or 4 features in the mag.
Got you.
A bunch of smaller write-ups in the back. The unsigned hype category, the off the radar category. There's another one, you rate mixtapes. Like we had all kinds of, and you need multiple hands for that kind of work.
Oh, so that was real when niggas was writing the mics and shit in the back of the source and all that. I thought niggas was on board. I guess, because I'm from a later era. I'm from the, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was born in 86. 96 is when I first started, my real intro. I knew music before that, but you understand, like I'm understanding the music. Mace, the first album I bought in 95.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about.
I got you.
I'm only 38, about to be 39. So, you know what I mean? You funny as hell. This nigga funny. So
not my boy.
When I'm going to, going to the stores, this is what I'm picking up. And I'm doing what you're saying. I'm reading the articles. The source is a big part of my life. This is my makeup.
Yeah.
The source is like for me, I can't explain it. It's like, it feels like going to school on a Monday morning, knowing that when the product drop, like a CD drop or a tape drop, when the back, I gotta go get it. If I can't afford it, I gotta read it inside ShopRite or whatever spot that got the magazine.
Went up in Barnes and Noble or something.
Right. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off. My fault, bro.
You got it. Listen, same thing with me.
I mean, I get excited when it comes to the music. You know what I mean? Still,
that's how I felt about it. And all I wanted to do was, the source was my dream job.
I bet.
I didn't want to do nothing else. Like dead ass. I didn't picture myself doing nothing else. Once I graduated to like being a writer at the source, knowing that people go to college for writing to come to the source and write, and I'm writing about something I've loved my entire life.
It wasn't no internal backlash against you though?
As far as
hate. Y'all got this guy writing.
Got this young boy writing.
He got nothing. Like this guy ain't got no career. He ain't got no degree.
The internal backlash was internal. They couldn't say nothing about me that I wasn't saying about myself.
Gotcha.
I was nervous as shit. I had all I was waiting for somebody to point their finger at me and go, this nigga right here is a fucking fraud. He don't know look how he wrote. I just knew that, you know how like a basketball player knows another basketball player.
Right.
A football player knows another football. You can tell by how he's carrying his bag, what his cleats, the way he just does his shit. Come in with Crocs, switch to a shoe. A bad. They all know each other.
Right.
I felt like that with writing. I felt like a writer would look at my writing and know that I was
that's an amazing way to think about things.
I was horrified when I did my first one too.
Do you remember the first one that you did?
Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs.
Oh, so that one was your first one. Okay, I thought you was just mentioning him just generally.
No, that was. I'll never forget that. Because I thought the whole world was gonna come down on me after I wrote that.
What was the response to it?
It was
normal. It was just normal.
It was nobody said nothing. Like